right. So we are live on Facebook. Woohoo! We made it.
Yeah, woohoo!
Hello, Bonnie. How are you, love?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So good to see you.
Thank you. You as well, of course.
So Bonnie is our 2020 Mindset Diamond Trainer for the year. So do you want to introduce yourself to everyone and tell them who you are and how awesome you are?
Hi, I'm Bonnie and I'm awesome. No, just kidding.
Yay!
Bonnie McVee here with McVee Coaching, and I'm super excited to be your mindset trainer for 2020. I have McVee Coaching, and I coach women transformational mindset and teach women how to get out of their own way to create the life they want and the business they want.
Awesome. So tell us about a little bit about how you became a dot. I mean, like your anniversary, your polka dot anniversary is like in a couple of days, which is so awesome. And then you jumped right into diamond. You want to talk about that?
Right. Sure. So I had been at another networking event, one that I won't name, that I don't enjoy, and a very sweet woman who was a polka dot at the time told me I should come and meet the polka dots. And I'm like, what the heck is polka dots? But okay. And so I came to a coffee connect. It wasn't even a meeting. It was just a coffee connect at a local coffee shop. And everybody was so warm and welcoming and supportive. It was like I sat down at this table. I knew no one, but it felt like I knew everyone. And of course, Elaine was there. And I'm like, sign me up. I did not even know there was an organization. I didn't know there were meetings. I didn't know anything. So I get signed up, and then, I don't know, like a week later, all of a sudden there's this thing about diamonds. And I'm like, holy mackerel, I can get all of that for this amount of money. You've got to be kidding. And so I jumped right in. And actually, it was probably the best thing I did. I met wonderful, wonderful women who had walked the path I wanted to walk. I learned so much. They shared so much. And I was able to make friends all over the US. And then, of course, I went to Celebration and I got to meet them all in person. So, yeah, I cannot say enough about diamonds. If you have a business and you want to upscale your business, grow your business, you're starting a business, whatever it is, you're silly not to take advantage of this. For the price for a whole year, what is it, six trainers?
It's six trainers plus masterclass with Shannon plus SMART goal training with me. Yeah, so basically eight trainers, I guess you would call it.
8 trainers for a whole year, less than what you would pay for 1 month for any business coach. So you're crazy if you don't. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Plus, you're going to miss all the fun because you get to hang out with us.
I know, right? So do you want to share about some of your, like, as a diamond member, what were some of your biggest takeaways? Like, what were the things that you really enjoyed? Did you have any aha moments or anything that just took it to the next level for you?
Well, all of it. I mean, I just can't even tell you how much I learned about marketing and sales and SEO. And so I've been a life coach for almost 15 years now. And I know how to coach, and I'm a great coach, but this online business stuff, I had no clue about. And so I've just learned immense amount of things from these women. And just seeing all the different women rocking their thing, like, you don't have to be a certain person. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be a certain age. You just get to see everybody doing their thing. And I think that was a really liberating thing for me to see too, because, you know, sometimes I worry about my age, but I'm not going to worry about it anymore.
Right. Yeah. So I think diamond is a really great way to mix. I mean, yes, we're women from all over the world, but there's different ages, different backgrounds, different personalities. So you've got extroverts mixing in with introverts, mixing in with ambiverts, mixing in with, you know, people that have maybe a direct sales business, mixing in with people that are coaches, mixing in with people that are marketing. I mean, or just
Everything.
even everything. It's like such a
Yeah.
really great mix of women.
Yeah, and the one thing we didn't mention was the masterminds. So the masterminds are fabulous, but the mini masterminds that you get in with 4 to 6 people, those are invaluable. You can't even put a price on that.
Yeah.
So everybody comes raw, vulnerable, without the answers. They ask for what they need, and everyone either they can point you to someone that can help you, or they right then and there will say, have you tried this? How about if you do that? What about this? Why are you, everything you need. Those masterminds that was probably one of my favorites, is the masterminds.
Yeah.
And the business connects. The business connects too.
Yeah, the business connects. This is really exciting. This year we're having guest trainers on. So, I mean, we had 30 applicants apply to be a diamond trainer, and with six spots open. So
That's awesome.
We're gonna bring in some of those folks to be a guest trainer at our monthly event. Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I know we're gonna be talking about mindset. And mindset kind of, it's the thing, right? It's the thing that is keeping some of us stuck. Right?
Yeah, it is the foundation for your business.
Yeah.
It's the foundation for your life. So you all will hear me say this over and over and over, because I really want you to get the magnitude of how scary this is. The average adult lives from their subconscious mind 95% of the day. The average adult makes 35,000 decisions in a day. That's really scary. You're making 35,000 decisions in a day for your life and your business from your subconscious mind, which is where those limiting beliefs live, that think you're not smart enough, you're not cute enough, you're not ready yet, you're not polished looking yet, where your fear, where all of that stands. And so we are going to talk so much about getting that foundational piece set so that you can have a mindset transformation that lasts.
And I love the list of your training topics, talking about your essence. That's going to be really fascinating, I think. Do you want to just kind of touch on what essence is?
So your essence is the core of who you are at your being. And your essence is who you are when you're with your friends and your family and all is right with the world. Your limiting beliefs pop up when you step outside of your comfort zone, and they want to keep you safe from doing those things. And so all of a sudden you're starting to think all those things that you're not enoughness of. But when you know your essence, the core of who you are at your being, your essence of essence, you then have the antidote to those fears, and you can consciously get out of the subconscious, and we're going to talk about that, consciously step into the essence of who you are, and then you can run your life and your business from there. And it is transformational.
Awesome. And that's in number one. Like you're hitting the ground running. You're like, we're, not waiting for the good stuff.
Yep.
Love that.
We're going straight there, because I want everyone to know what their essence is and to be able to start thinking about that and start choosing that as we start talking about how our limiting beliefs manifest in our life, the behaviors that we end up doing over and over and over again. It's that the insanity thing of doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. Yeah. So that's your subconscious limiting beliefs. So we're going to talk about how to get out of that circle of insanity.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Super excited.
So I'm going to talk about some of your other training topics, just so kind of people can get an idea of what you're going to be covering this year. So you're going to go into essence, manifestations of limiting beliefs, living at effect of your circumstances, living 100% responsible at cause integrity, facing fear courageously from your essence, acceptance and surrender, a clearing exercise, a content exercise, a completion exercise for moving on, and a content exercise. And then your intensive topics that you're going to do are anatomy of transformation and 7 levels of energy. So that's super exciting and fascinating, and how tying it all into being a business owner. One of the things I truly believe is you have to be right here. You know, you can learn all the things, all the tools about running a business, but if you are not in the right headspace or in the right mindset, all of that is a waste if you don't actually have the confidence or the belief that you can actually do it. So we got to work on clearing all of those limiting beliefs, or, you know, otherwise it's all for nothing, you know?
Yeah. So we're going to learn to take a stand for our day, and we're going to learn to take a stand from our essence every day. And that might look like humor. So let's say humor and fun is one of your essence words, and you've got a really busy day and you're really nervous about a couple of things you have to do. And if you just come from fun and humor all day, and you leave whomever you talk to with fun and humor, think about how different your day will be, rather than coming from fear and I'm afraid I don't know how to do this right, or I'm not smart enough. Like, it changes everything. It's so it is magical.
Yeah. So we have a couple of questions that came through.
Sure.
Okay. So how do I get my mindset to last when I'm ready to make a change? So kind of what I'm hearing from this question is, you know, that they can't stay in that mindset. Like, they're working on it, but it just doesn't stick. So when they're ready to make a change, how do you make that mindset, the one that you're working on, how do you make it stay? And like, is it a constant work in progress?
It's a practice. It takes practice in the beginning, and then it gets easier and easier. So it's a conscious practice that we have to start with. But the awareness that you're going to learn about how your limiting beliefs manifest in your life, once you're aware of that and you go, oh, I'm doing that thing again, you can clear, get present, and choose to come from your essence. And so it's a process and a practice, but it is lasting. And that's part of what we're going to talk about when we talk about the anatomy of a transformation.
Awesome.
And so by practicing it and then doing things differently than you've done before, you're making new neuron pathways in your brain, and your brain just starts to begin to think, oh yeah, that's right, I'm this, I'm not that behavior I did. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so the next question, the last question, how do I stop the thoughts that tell me that I'm not good enough when I want to up-level my business?
It's kind of the same thing, and here's what we're going to talk about. Whenever you step outside of your comfort zone, that's going to be one of the first things that comes to mind, is those limiting beliefs that tell you you're not enough. And again, we are going to choose consciously to come from our essence and practice doing things different. And so again, it's that awareness.
I think that's so important. I was just having a conversation with my daughter the other day, and I said, she was like, Mom, I need some advice. And I was like, okay, do you want tough love, or do you want me to sugarcoat it? She's like, you don't have to sugarcoat it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to be mean about it, but I'm like, just be very careful that if you stay in this victim mentality, which sounds like that's kind of where you're living right now, it's really hard to get out of that. So being aware that there could be victim mentality hanging out in your space right now, just being aware of it is the most powerful thing you can do. And she was like, okay, Mom, okay. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah, and on one of our lives, we're actually going to talk about living at effect of your circumstances, which is victimhood. And we're going to actually talk about what that looks like in your life. And everyone's like, I'm not a victim, I'm not a victim. Well, you're not a victim per se, but your behaviors show that you're coming from victimhood.
Yes.
And it's a bad neighborhood. We don't want to live there.
You do not want to live there. She was just in this like, why is everything happening to me? And I'm like, oh no, you cannot live there.
Here we go. Yep.
Here we go.
And then we're going to talk about, after we talk about victimhood, and you have a week to simmer on that and pay attention to your behaviors, we're going to talk about living at cause for your life, 100% responsible with integrity, and what that looks like, what that takes for you to do, and how that changes things.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited, Bonnie. So excited.
Yay! Yay.
So is there anything that, you know, coming from last year, you know, just, you know, being a brand new polka dot and then jumping right into diamond, do you have any recommendations for people that are feeling like they want to do it, but they're not sure? Is it a good fit for them? Or how do I do all the things in diamond? And, you know, do you have any recommendations for the newbies?
So if you are overwhelmed by how much you get when you sign up to be a diamond, know that you don't have to be on every call. You don't have to listen to every live. You're going to listen to the ones that pertain to where you are in your life and business right now. So there were some that I never even watched the videos. I never went back and saw them. I didn't watch them live because they didn't pertain to me. So you'll take out of it what you need. And so I think that's the most important thing, to think, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. I have so much going on. How will I ever do it? No. And you don't have to watch the lives. You can go back and watch them on video, which many times I did. Because let's face it, if we're entrepreneurs and we're doing our own business, we're busy all the time and we can't always make everything.
Right.
So they will be available in the files, which is great.
Yes, 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 yes. Anything else you want to share?
Yes. Step out of your comfort zone. Sign up to be a diamond. Invest in yourself. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Join us. We're going to have fun.
Yeah. But the other thing is that you have to show up. Don't just join and think that your life is going to magically change. You have to show up and do the work.
Well, yes.
Right?
Yes.
You got to show up and do the work. We can't make it magical for you just because you purchase doesn't mean it's going to be automatic. You gotta.
It doesn't download like that.
No, it does not. And, you know, just being open to receive and open to give, and, you know, be willing, just be open.
Yeah, because you will definitely hear things that you've not heard before.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, darling, so much for
You're welcome.
On a Sunday. I know you just got back into town yesterday. And
last night, yep. I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And if you have questions for Bonnie, just put them in the comments, give her a tag, and she will come in and respond to any comments that you might have for as her as a mindset trainer. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Okay, bye.